Temba Mliswa fires desperate missiles as reports from the reliable sources within ZANU-PF suggest that retired General Chiwenga is seemingly gaining from ZANU-PF, within ZANU-PF as a political party, leading to the Zwiganandas panicking, such as Wikinel Chivayo, as well as also Gudawashe Takurei. And that is why I reported earlier that they are attempts to try and stop unstoppable, seemingly unstoppable retired General Chiwenga from within ZANU-PF. And that is why you have seen intensified efforts from desperate individuals such as Temba Mliswa to try and save the face of Emerson Mnangagwa and provoke retired General Chiwenga to act in an unresponsible manner. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button. Greetings. Hope you are well wherever you are. So I will read what Temba Mliswa has just posted, firing numerous missiles to retired General Chiwenga. He says, when we get people throwing bombs in a peaceful rural village, that betrays a dangerous character whose mindset is lost to the craft of politics. After all, we cannot construct a viable political future predicated upon violence against dissent. He continues to say, it is a route we resisted under President Mugabe, and we shall resolutely oppose that culture should it manifest again. Manifest again, we are talking because it has already manifested. The Second Republic was born out of collective action involving war vets, opposition, military, etc. No one person should reverse all those gains we have made as a nation. So as you see, the attempt by Temba Mliswa here is to isolate retired General Chiwenga as an individual who is not supported by the opposition, who is not supported by the war veterans, who is not supported within ZANU-PF. This is a desperate ploy from Temba Mliswa in an attempt to try and single out retired General Chiwenga and portray him as an individual who wants to do as he pleases without the support of the masses. Now, he continues to say the current wave of public support, then he contradicts himself for VP. He clearly pick up his name, under which some have celebrated the fire against my home. He wants to make himself at the center of this. I mean, so he's linking Vice President retired General Chiwenga to the fire that we have seen reported that it engulfed his home is temporary. He says it is temporary. It's largely opposition-led. How does it become opposition-led? Orphaned by Chamisa's exit and the implosion of CCC, many have sought for the nearest figurehead to use in opposing President Idi. Thus, the VP he continues to directly attack retired General Chiwenga. Thus, the VP should be worried that in this bid for whatever objective he harbors, he may end up opposing the very party he belongs to. So he's giving, the vibe that retired General Chiwenga is indeed harboring something within ZANU-PF, saying he may end up being an opposition within ZANU-PF. I think the true colors of Temba Mliswa are coming out, and exactly what Temba Mliswa was actually brought to do. He is exhibiting that who exactly bought him. And as I indicated, now this is a war between Wikinel Chivayo as well as also the Gudawashe Takurei, and they are fronting Temba Mliswa because they have given him, and you can't isolate these two from Emerson Mnangagwa. In fact, technically, Wicknell Chivayo and Gudabashe Takurei are the real vice presidents in Zimbabwe at the moment. Retired General Chiwenga as well as that other fellow, they are not vice presidents from the look of things. So he goes on to say he may become an opposition within his own party. So he's talking about retired General Chiwenga, a very he was trying to say unattainable political posture. The support of opposition masses is rooted in anything with ideological permanence, but the fleeting emotions of hating it and the frustrations of having no functional movement party. Once they get a true opposition leader or movement, they will dump him as fast as they can. So also it goes with jealousy that opposition members are seemingly behind retired General Chiwenga. He is trying to warn retired General Chiwenga that this support that you are currently enjoying from the members of the opposition can easily diminished, especially when an opposition political party rises in Zimbabwe. Well, that's a talk for another day. In fact, if he works very, very well and allow an opposition and democratize Zimbabwe, he may be a hero, the next Mandela of Zimbabwe, an opportunity that Emerson Mnangagwa missed. If he allows full participation of opposition, the people who are currently supporting him, they may end up actually with him. And they may end up being that renowned figure within the politics of Zimbabwe. That is my view. It is dangerous to employ violence as a weapon. So he is simply accusing retired General Chiwenga that he is employing violence, weapon being edged on by such supporters. A real politician, so he's insinuating that retired General Chiwenga is not a real politician, must know they have to gain control of the party structures to win, not getting drunk of, you see, this is the biggest insult, drunk of the whimsical flattery of neighboring supporters. Musafurirwa nemirizo yenherera. So he's telling retired General Chiwenga, this is so strong. President ED allowed the opposition to flourish, and its failure was due to internal fissures than any external persecution. He is lying with his face, clear face. So Temba Mliswa is exposing who he is. He is a snake, a very, very dangerous snake. And at the moment he knows he has been exposed, and having been exposed, he understands that when Mnangagwa goes, he goes. This is desperation. The words he is using here, I can tell you, and most probably has been told, fire these missiles so hard to him. It's an attempt to provoke an unthoughtful reaction, particularly from retired General Chiwenga. That accommodation of contrary political voices should be celebrated and protected. We will never allow anyone to glory in the use of violence in politics. Temba Mliswa just speaks there. He's just like someone very, very confused. He gets into opposition, he attacks retired General Chiwenga. What are you talking about, Temba Mliswa? Then he says, let's argue and debate ideas. But who is Temba Mliswa to now appear to be to be teaching people about politics and how to behave in politics? What qualification here does he have anyway? And what has he achieved to be really so much vocal about what politics entails, how people should behave? And this is a flip-flopper of note. I think I've been demonstrating how this very same Temba Mliswa has been speaking something totally opposite some few years ago, deceiving many. So people should actually This is a man who has, confessed that what he pushes above everything is his stomach and nothing else. So that is not tolerated. What is saying people should argue and debate ideas but never introduce a scourge of violence as a weapon. So he's accusing, there is high probability this violence is busy harping about was created by him. As I have said, I'm beginning now to gain sense that no one burnt the house of Temba Mliswa. It was him that he sneaked into the country, he did the job, he ran out. So to draw attention to him. So you see that is what they do. They know when he wanted to create himself as a victim, so that people would actually be focused more on him, and then he weaponizes that actually situation of being a victim to continually fight against retired General Chiwenga. The spirits of this land won't permit such characters to rule this land when they transgress against the ideas of our communal well-being by introducing habits that are barbaric. So you see, he's directing this to Chiwenga. We know it is Chiwenga that is, in fact, he would take over very, very soon. These are signs that he is drawing nearer to being the president of Zimbabwe. Watch the space. I will explain this after reading whatever Temba Mliswa is saying. Now, the ideas of the liberation struggle, as if he was there, sought for one man, one vote, and that should continue to be the avenue and instrument of political change. Anyone seeking public office through strive to win over voters to exterminating rivals. This is exactly what Mnangagwa is doing, but he is actually turning it to point at retired General Chiwenga. Now he says, as for the petrol bomb, we know who sent people, but zvakanakira ngozi inozorera yega. Now I'm an African, and you may have bent machira netsvimbo zvavana sekuru vangu. That has its own repercussions. So he's just threatening retired General Chiwenga. The last time someone did this is giving a testimony. The last time someone did something like this, something of like nature, not like this, he later came and confessed on his own. Time will tell. Again, in this instance, nyika haitongwe nekupisa vanhu misha. Izvozvo tinozviramba tiri vapenyu, chero takafa. So you can see here that the man is striking hard at retired general. This is directed at retired General Chiwenga. Someone says, "Hobe yabe kubikwa nemuto yawo." Everyone knows you are fond of burning your own property. I think I stand to agree with this person. Musacheme imba yeuswa isingasvike kana $100. Nguruve yakazvikanga nemafuta ayo. Someone says ZANU-PF has never been peaceful. It kills, abducts, and prosecutes opponents. Someone says a few things that make you a poor player here. How was it petrol bomb? You so knowledgeable. You see, I like this person. How do you say the VP has ambitions? Who had ambitions during the Cholocho declarations? You're very divisive in the party more than someone within. Someone says, I'm sorry, Temba, but this has always been the political situation in Zimbabwe since the days you were in the ruling party. Now that it has caught up with you, we'll see how bad it is. Many people died, their homes destroyed, yet you guys used to enjoy. It's bad, guys. Vipi vari kupinda apapi pakutswa kwemba yako Temba, have some respect for the general, please. Someone says, violence is exactly how ZANU-PF has constructed its political fortunes. Someone goes on to say, respectfully, so that has been the culture and how disagreements are solved. So, from the look of things, you see, if you want to see what is going on and you want to see that what I have been projecting, that retired General Chiwenga is so close from actually taking over from Emerson Mnangagwa. Exactly what I've been trying to prove to people as from yesterday, that seeing Chiwenga meeting with Mnangagwa does not mean anything. Seeing them attempting to laugh, especially publicly, does not mean that they are one. But what it actually concretizes, or what it actually depicts, is that these are people in government. They are supposed to give that face. But now, look, a day after retired General Chiwenga met with Mnangagwa, this is what the very same person who has been sponsored by Mnangagwa to decampaign retired General Chiwenga is doing. Look at what Temba Mliswa is busy doing. He cannot do so without being pressured to do. This time around, he actually wrote a lot of tweets and pointing at retired General Chiwenga. This shows that the conflict is escalating within ZANU-PF. The fighting is intensifying within ZANU-PF. So Temba has been told, please put more pressure, strike more. And if you look at those tweets, he has written many of them directly pointing fingers at Chiwenga, trying to warn Chiwenga about opposition being supported by opposition political party, political party supporters. Also, warning him that these people, if you take over, then there is opposition, they can easily dump you. He has said a lot of things in an attempt to warn retired General Chiwenga, as if he actually follows whatever he tweets and he takes instructions from Temba Mliswa. So this, as well as, if you notice, who is funding Temba Mliswa? It's Mnangagwa, it's Zwikananda's Wicknell Chivayo, it is also the Gudawashe Takwire. Why Gudawashe Takwire are deciding to stand with Mnangagwa as well as Temba Mliswa? Gudawashe Takwire and also Wicknell Chivayo, they are Zwikanandas. And this is a term that was coined by the very same person, retired General Chiwenga. So he has actually warned them that their day of reckoning shall come. And these people knows very, very well that if a Chiwenga takes over, the day of reckoning, which shall be threefold in terms of punishment, shall surely come. So they are protecting their interest, they are protecting what they have accumulated, and also they want to continue accumulating as they have been for the last 8 years and even beyond. Before the 8 years when it was Robert Gabriel Mugabe. So they see a scenario whereby most of their properties may be taken away. Most of what they have accumulated through state coffers, aided by the government of Mnangagwa, they stand to lose it. And also the family of Mnangagwa sees this, that they stand to lose everything that they have accumulated, the properties that the wife of Mnangagwa has bought outside the country, including the children of Emerson Mnangagwa. They stand to lose those properties. That is why you see them fighting very hard. Have they stopped intensifying fight? They haven't stopped. Look at what Temba Mliswa is doing and expect more to actually happen. From today onwards, we hear that they are mobilizing the youths to go and boo retired General Chiwenga. Yesterday, they had a secret meeting with Emerson Mnangagwa. We are yet to hear the details of that particular secret meeting. Yesterday, there was some form of argument between Chiwenga and Mnangagwa publicly. We don't know what exactly that argument was, because it was state media which was privy to cover that particular setting. But from the look of things, the tensions are escalating, and this is going into the direction of Chiwenga, in my view. There is a lot of panic and mistakes within the camp of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, and a panicking team and a loud sounding nothing team stands to lose. Let's watch. The time will actually clear everything. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Also to remember to support my album entitled Uthando Lwakhe by yours truly, Hloniphani Ncube. Okamhlabane.